Welcome to AM Best Audio.
Earlier this year, Pinnacle Actuarial Resources and CARFAX announced the release of a new vehicle scoring and automobile pricing tool called the CARFAX Vehicle Build Score, or VBS. Here to tell us more is Gary Wang, Senior Consulting Actuary for Pinnacle Actuarial Resources. Gary, so glad you could join us today.
Thank you, John. Good to be here.
So, Gary, how does CARFAX's VBS differ from the historically used symbol-based vehicle rating system?
Well, like the typical vehicle symbol development methods, the vehicle build score is based on vehicle characteristics, but it represents an evolution toward more complete forms of vehicle rating. In particular, the VBS uses the vehicle's entire 17-digit VIN, the vehicle identification number, which allows us to incorporate build sheet and window sticker information that CARFAX curated related to the VIN. This allows us to use the more complete information to develop the vehicle build score that focuses on the information specific to the car in terms of the value, the safety features, and the options. With the VIN, the VBS then leverages the depth of the data beyond what we typically see with basic vehicle information to allow us to include the post-factory installed features and the new and the used car listings data and the information that's contained.
Gary, how does VBS help companies pricing auto insurance?
I think the help comes in a few key ways. The first thing is that the vehicle build score can access a deeper and richer mine of vehicle data. In particular, CARFAX has a database of more than 35 billion records. And with this information, we've been able to carve out over 400 features to use in developing the score. And that is a lot of data for modelers to parse, but it does offer really insightful and useful information in terms of the vehicle attributes and the risk that's associated with the presence or the lack of these attributes. That includes very specific, as I said, the vehicle's factory and post-factory installations. Using this information, the vehicle build score allows insurance companies and insurers to better understand the impact the characteristics have on the risk, and so can price the policies appropriately. The way we develop it, the VBS is also very easy to use, very easy to understand, and very easy to communicate. We think this provides great value for insurers above and beyond the completeness and the accuracy of the score itself.
Okay, Gary, got to ask, how do you develop a VBS?
Well, it is a secret sauce, but it's not a black box. First of all, we do deploy generalized linear models as part of the development. It is a very typical and a standard of modeling for actuaries in the insurance space. However, GLMs have limits, particularly when you're processing very complex interactions between variables, especially if they're correlated or if there are rich patterns beyond simple one-dimensional patterns. The VBS uses advanced machine learning techniques to capture these nuances, the details and the patterns that exist within the data. What this enables us to do is develop a more sophisticated score and a more thorough assessment of the characteristics and how they relate to a vehicle's risk. It is this ability to assess risk via the interactions and the relationships within these different variables that make VBS so useful. The VBS model works to capture the interplay and the dialogue within the data for a more detailed picture for the insurance companies that use them.
So what's next then for the VBS?
With regard to the product, the VBS will evolve as the new model years come into the market. We'll get new data and need to refresh the model to reflect the new information. And we will be diligent in continuing to maintain and upgrade the model as the data comes to us. In addition, with respect to the regulatory approvals, we have already begun the process of filing in the states, and our goal is to move toward a nationwide rollout as quickly as the regulatory process will allow us.
Gary, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, John.
That was Gary Wang, Senior Consulting Actuary for Pinnacle Actuarial Resources. And I'm John Weber for Best Review Magazine.
Looking to get the full attention of the insurance industry? We have the platforms that will do just that. Whether it be AM Best TV, AM Best Audio, Best Review Magazine, or Best Day. Find out more by calling AM Best Advertising Sales at 908-439-2200, extension 5399, and have a great day.